New iPad Pro, new MacBook Air and everything else Apple could still announce this year. iPad Pro 2018 models were highly anticipated ahead of Apple's hardware event on September 12, but unfortunately they were not shown off on stage of the Steve Jobs Theater in Cupertino, leaving many wondering if new versions of the tablet will be unveiled this year. But it would not be completely alien for Apple to schedule another event before the year is over where it could detail a host of new products its most loyal fans are craving upgrades for. Ahead of Apple's Gather Round keynote, some predicted the company would choose to focus on the iPhone and Apple Watch in an effort to retain a focused message. By doing so, Apple decided to forego announcements surrounding the Mac and iPad Pro. However, the trillion-dollar company has previously opted to show off new hardware in October, leading many to believe it may not be long at all before Tim Cook stands in front of a huge crowd made up media and influencers at Apple Park again. If the American tech company does decide to show off more hardware this year, here is Express Co UK's list of what could be in store. iPad Pro. The iPad Pro has been the subject of rumors for months, with many claiming the lauded tablet is set for a radical overhaul. Japan publication Macotakara had previously emphasized the iPad Pro could take characteristics from Apple's newly announced iPhone XS and XS Max flagship smartphones. That is because the tech firm has been said to be planning to severely reduce bezels on the iPad Pro. It has been rumored such a move could rid the hardware of its home button. Instead, Face ID has been predicted to arrive on the device and act as the primary method of unlocking it. And a more recent report from Bloomberg echoed the same proposal. The publication, citing people familiar with Apple's plans, stated the firm is planning 2 new iPad Pros for this year and most notably mentions the implementation of slimmer bezels and Face ID. The report added the devices will come in 11 and 12.9-inch form factors. And notable Apple analyst Ming-Chi Kuo has insisted the products will feature a big surprise in the form of a USB-C charger. Kuo hinted the hardware will ditch Apple's proprietary Lightning socket for USB-C in what could be a huge change for the tablet. Renders were shown of an alleged USB-C charger for forthcoming iPads by Charger Lab back in May, seen by 9 to 5 Mac, that could add credence to the analyst's claims. The supposed chargers that will arrive with new iPads will be 18W in power according to Kuo. If true, this would mark a drastic increase from the 5W accessories that have come with iPhones and the 10 and 12W that have come with iPads in years past. MacBook Air. The MacBook Air stands as one of Apple's signature products that managed to elegantly meld performance with ambitious design. Unfortunately, the laptop has not seen a major internal upgrade since 2015, meaning the chips inside are somewhat out of date. This means the greatest amount of performance, battery life, and efficiency is not being extracted from the product. But a report from Bloomberg on the matter could bring some good news for fans that are craving a similar MacBook Air experience with a more modern interior. The outlet declared it had obtained its information from people familiar with Apple's plans and claimed a new low-cost laptop is set for a debut later this year. It was said this product would come with Apple's signature Retina display technology and would be geared toward consumers looking for a cheaper Apple computer, it was added. And it would surely come with more contemporary Intel chips to ensure performance is incredibly capable. Mac Mini. The Mac Mini last saw a major refresh back in 2014, but it appears fans of the small computer could be in for a treat. Apple insiders that spoke to Bloomberg declared the hardware will receive a professional-focused upgrade later this year. However, the sources insisted the new version of the Mini could take a new direction in terms of pricing structure thanks to the advanced internals that will supposedly feature inside. For context, the Mac Mini is still sold on Apple's store and starts at £479 for the variant with a 1.4 GHz dual-core Intel Core i5 and 4 GB of RAM. Mac Mini differentiates itself from other models by being offered without a monitor, keyboard, or mouse. Instead, the computer unit is the only hardware housed in its packaging. AirPods and AirPower. Apple announced its AirPower wireless charging mat last year, and the product looks incredibly tantalizing. The tech firm is insisting that unlike many other wireless chargers, AirPower will not require devices to be placed in certain positions to receive a charge. Instead, the premise of the product is to allow hardware to be placed anywhere on its surface to garner juice. As it announced the pad, Apple also subtly showed off a new case for its hugely popular AirPods headphones that are compatible with wireless charging. AirPods were revealed alongside the iPhone 7 back in 2016 and attempted to deliver on a fully wireless future for the audio consumption. The accessory was well received amongst Apple fans and have become incredibly popular. In June, Bloomberg reported Apple was planning to show off higher-end AirPods that could arrive as early as next year and cited people familiar with the firm's plans. This next generation of the product was said to come with noise-canceling technology and be water-resistant. However, it was clarified the latter would only serve to protect the product against sweat and when it is raining, meaning they would not be constructed to withstand deep dunks in the ocean. Bloomberg was keen to emphasize such plans were not finalized and Apple's behavior could change. Other figures have explored the possibility of the tech firm releasing a more iterative update to AirPods that includes Hey Siri functionality. And weight appeared to be added to such rumors following the introduction movie that was played at Apple's Gather Round event on September 12. A woman was shown wearing AirPods and uttered the command before receiving a response. But neither AirPods nor AirPower were discussed with the Apple Watch Series 4 and a trio of iPhone announcements stealing the spotlight instead. However, if Apple does decide to schedule another hardware event next month for its iPad and Mac line, it is possible both accessories could also feature.